Hello amazing people. If you are new to visiting this channel, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. Today I just wanted to come on because this has been something that I have journaled about, prayed about, talked to friends about, and never really shared this on the YouTube, but I thought it'd be a good idea because it definitely has a lot to do with the YouTube channel. I have started, I don't know if you guys know, I'm sure if you can look through the page and see that this channel started as Fit and Faith, and I began it when I was during my my bodybuilding journey, and then I rebranded it to myself, Imani Yasmine, and shared how, you know, I'm no longer doing that, so I wanted to be more personal and things like that. But I still had a struggle of really recording content and making videos and feeling comfortable even doing those things, and there's a reason why. So I wanted to share that in hopes that this might be able to help somebody else who may be going through the same thing, know someone's going through the same thing, or something like that. So when I started the channel during bodybuilding, I was much smaller, like 30 plus pounds smaller. Well, at the time I wasn't that small, but I had gotten that small in my bodybuilding journey, and that was a place for me that was really unhealthy, and I've talked about that in many videos. I won't go into that right now, but it definitely was very I was proud of myself for having reached that point to get on the stage and do the show, but I was not healthy. I didn't have the healthiest habits and things like that. And so, of course, over time, after getting off the stage and transitioning back into regular life, I began to pick up, you know, healthier eating habits and things like that, and put back on healthy weight, and here I am today. But I noticed that, since I started that YouTube channel and I was much smaller and I began to record my videos, I would begin to scrutinize the way I looked, about the weight that I was putting back on and things like that. I did this off of camera as well. This just wasn't something that I did when I was recording, but it came down to pictures when I had to go out somewhere, buying clothes, wearing clothes, just feeling beautiful. That it was a struggle for me after the show, and really it's still been hard to this day. I think it's something that I struggled with just growing up and hitting puberty all early and having your hips and butt in middle school. It began, you know, I was a thicker girl at that time, and it began to be something that I would obsess over a lot. And I think now as an adult, having done a show and dropped that weight and saw that my body can technically get there, even though it wasn't healthy, it kind of brought all those things back, and having to heal from that all over again. After the show, you know, put back on the healthy weight, everything like that, rebranded the YouTube and everything, but I still was so anxious about getting in front of the camera to do specifically for YouTube videos. I even remember when I was first recording videos, I wasn't bodybuilding anymore, it was off season, and I would literally wait until like the earliest like the best week I had eating, the best week I had working out, when I felt like I looked the smallest, to record. And I was trying to make sure like I didn't have any like flaw, like that everything looked like chiseled, and it was just ridiculous. And even though I knew internally I was growing through those things, it was really hard to apply it. And if anyone ever had picked up the camera and asked me to record on any given day of the week, I would have said no. I mean, I have said no, even to myself and to others who wanted to do that. Like, I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't give this reason, but I just said, hey, I don't feel comfortable doing that. But the real reason was because I didn't want to appear even bigger than I was when I first started the YouTube. But the reality is that I'm not that size anymore, and that's okay. And so that's what I wanted to come on here to talk about and just release. It's healing for me. I hope that it's healing for someone else. Just to say that, because that has been the biggest struggle, posting things on YouTube and doing it because I love YouTube. I love doing stuff like this. I love doing it with other people. I love watching people's things. I just love storytelling, everything about that. But it was so hard to do that myself and participate with this fear of this, like, you know, body struggle. I don't know if anyone's heard of the term body dysmorphia, but it's a I'm not really like too super savvy with it, but I know it's when you look at yourself and you don't really see yourself the way you really are. You see yourself as bigger or different than what you might truly present. And so after the season, that's one of the things that I struggled through, and that kind of came and affected the YouTube, social media, like I said, going out, things like that, because I would look at myself in the mirror and see something that wasn't actually what was being presented to the rest of the world, because I was so used to seeing myself so emaciated. which wasn't healthy, but I was used to seeing myself that way, and I celebrated myself there more than I celebrated myself at a healthier state. And so in my mind, it wasn't okay to have put on this weight. And so if you are someone who struggles with body dysmorphia, I know it's something that, as I've talked to more people in the fitness industry, is very common. Because even though we are slowly growing out of the thin is the right, you know, and the best way to be and all that kind of stuff, it's a slow process. And also we're trying to find a balance between that and also saying that it's not good to be very unhealthy either, but it's a balance. And so if you're someone who struggles with that, you know, I would definitely encourage you to definitely be real with yourself. Share it with a friend that you trust. If you're a person of faith, definitely pray. And I know when I finally began to talk to God about these things is when like healing really began to happen. I felt more comfortable telling people. I felt more comfortable telling a friend, a trusted friend about it, and taking some steps, talking to my counselor about it, and taking some steps to heal from that. Because you don't want to over publicize just when you're small, but you also don't want to hide behind the fear of exposure or the fear of simple conversation because you're afraid of how you look or you are ashamed of how you look, right? So yeah, that's just pretty much, just wanted to share that and encourage that. Even me making this video today is just, it's such a release for myself. And while there are consistency issues of my own, like trying to make sure I post consistently and all that stuff, you know, I've still coming to understand that it's more important to take that intentional time to grow through what you're going through. Content calendars are not more important than God's work in our lives. And I truly believe that and have lived that. Now I wanted to share just some of the healthy habits that I have now, though I'm not that small, as emaciated as I was during my competition season or even post-competition season. I can honestly say at that point I was binging a lot and eating a lot. Whenever I did have a cheat meal, it was overdone. I mean, my body was, I wanted to get any and every terrible thing to have, but now I don't have cravings. I might want something here and there, but I don't have these unbearable cravings anymore, which I thank God for, because that can take a toll also on your emotional and mental health. And then also I put here relearning health and wellness and what that really means. I truly believe now everyone's body settles at a different weight, a different size, a different shape. God made us all different for a reason. And so I think, you know, forcing ourselves into a mold of what we think might be healthy might not be really what's best for our body. So instead of having one set weight or one set size, really, you know, looking deep within to say, hey, I might want to shed some weight, but what does that look like in a healthy way? What's a way that I can get there and have a goal that I can sustain mentally, you know, as well. This video just has come on to encourage anyone who is struggling with body image, struggling with body dysmorphia, whether you're in the nutrition fitness industry or not. It can be very hard, but definitely do it scared. Even this video is a do it scared moment, because I did not plan to sit down and speak to the camera probably ever again, just because I was like, well, I don't want my face to look like, I mean, it's so many different thoughts, but it's a do it scared moment, you know, and it's okay to do things with a little bit of nervousness, especially if you think it's going to help someone else, and especially if it's going to help you. So I just encourage you all today to really take those things to God in prayer. Tell a friend, confide. We all have fears and things we have to overcome, but it's so possible. And so my goal and my prayer is that, you know, I know if you guys have been looking at the channel, my boyfriend Dexter and I have been posting different things, and my best friend Ebony and I have been talking about doing different videos together, and all that's going to be great and fun. But I also want to make sure I do things like this where I'm able to look dead center into the camera with no fear, with no anxiety, not looking at the fat pockets of a face or whatever the case may be, and just smile and encourage and talk to you all just like I used to do. So I love you all. If you have not yet, please subscribe to the channel. Comment below if you have any questions. Feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my contact information in the info under this video. But I love you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to y'all soon.